Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. Here are your hosts, Scott Bear and Jeremiah Johnson.
Welcome to the Lost at Home podcast. My name is still Scott.
And my name is Moving Jeremiah.
I love it.
Look what we did there. We're a funny bunch.
You're quick.
We're funny.
Sometimes we like to goof around in this show and tell funny stories to each other.
That's right. We like to get slips through the cracks, etc.
You almost like dipped into Bill Cosby there.
Oh no, we like to do a lot of fun things that you might not like so much, but you won't remember mostly. Diddly do.
Well, we're back. 393.
Yeah.
As we promised, we're gonna keep edging towards 400.
It's a palindromic episode. I wonder. I haven't checked if an episode is prime. So you just keep.
Yeah, you used to do the Prime stuff, and we dipped out of that a long time
like
ago.
100 episodes ago.
I'm gonna say that it's not Prime. That's my bet. We're betting people here because we actually talk about bets on this episode. It's a little foreshadowing.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, 393 is not a prime number.
Yeah. Okay, I win. What do I win?
Let's see. So it is. So you win either $1, $3, $131, or $393.
I'll take that for $1.
Okay, $1 it is.
Just because I like RoboCop references.
Yep. Oh my God. Yeah.
I'll take that for $1.
I know we've talked about this.
Am
before.
I doing the quote right? I'm realizing I haven't seen RoboCop in a long time.
You know what's funny? Because I literally a week ago I was like, I want to watch because I've definitely seen the first couple of RoboCop movies, but I don't know.
Show?
I don't know if there was a show.
I never saw the show,
and there was also and I don't know if I ever even saw the third.
RoboCop movies.
I don't know if I ever saw the third one.
Frank Miller wrote the third one, didn't he?
Oh, did he? I don't know. I don't know.
No, it's a piece of shit, and that's why I think I remember that.
No, but
it was weird that he wrote a bad movie.
I was like, it was probably before like he had like even the cred that he had eventually, where he was like,
Paul Verhoeven did too.
I mean, he did the first one for sure.
I think he did 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I really want to say Frank Miller had a hand in 3.
Well, we'll take a look at that.
We'll figure it out. We're not the kind of show where we pause and correct ourselves. We will own being wrong and just steamroll forward.
Absolutely, yeah. So we it may or may not people who are huge fucking RoboCop fans are yelling at their screens, and I don't know why because we're not on the TV, but I guess their phones have a screen. But we have So I was like, I want to. I've never seen. First of all, I've seen the first one so many times. I've watched that probably once every couple of years. But like, I haven't seen the second one probably for 20.
Was the first one R-rated or PG-13?
It was. Because it's R-rated.
I know because that scene where they shoot in like 2 pieces.
In my favorite. One of my favorites.
They shoot limbs off.
It's one of my absolutely. They shoot a dick off in the first one because one of my favorite sketches. We talked about this on the show before. Is if you go, I can't remember what it's called, but just go RoboCop dick shooting parody, and there's an amazing parody where it's just minutes of the dick shooting scene recreated with amazing sketch comedians, but just being like it's just this person it's because it starts out almost like shot for shot with the real. Like the real RoboCop, and then it's just the guy, getting his dick shot off, like the rapist or the wannabe rapist getting his dick shot off. But then everybody who's coming out, it's like their dicks are hanging out, and like clearly, and like I don't know if I think you've seen it, but it's fucking hilarious.
I haven't.
Yes. Okay, we should watch that because it is seriously one of my favorite parody sketches ever, and I think I maybe I haven't talked about it on the show before, but take a look at that. And anyway, outside of. RoboCop. I don't know what the fuck we were talking about. We're just having a good time.
Yeah. We're here. We're on the show. Yeah. I actually forgot our train of thought there on that.
It had something to do with like prime numbers and shit like that.
Yeah, it was prime numbers.
Yeah. So we're palindromic.
I'll buy that for $1. That's where we got there.
Buy that for $1.
All right. Yeah. We're back on track. So if you listened to the show before, you know what we're all about. We're going to talk about some weird news stories from the internet. We're going to try to make some new content out of them and have a little fun in the process. Usually we start the show with a Lost in Thought. This is a thing. I think Lost in Thought is done until episode 401. Okay. Because any Lost in Thought I have, I'm going to put in 400
notes. Yeah. And we actually started...
I added one last night.
Okay, cool.
I'll say it on air because I do not think it's going to make the cut. But I wanted to get the gears turning and at least get I wanted to get my workflow in where I'm like, I think of the idea, I don't lost thought it, I put in 400.
Yeah.
If I do it once, I'm more likely to continue that pattern of behavior. So I was thinking about what if Santa Claus, our normal guest on the show, what if he just explained snooker as a PSA? The British pool game.
Pool. Yeah.
Don't ask why.
Snooker. It's pronounced snooker.
Well,
yes.
Santa pronounces it however he wants to pronounce it.
In fact, it's just the N-word sometimes, which is weird.
Trust me, I have reasons why I think that's a good idea. It may not end up being in the cut.
Fine.
So this is a little teaser of what we're... The little sausage gets
sausage
made.
making. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, this show sometimes ends up being 20% how the sausage gets made.
Yeah. We sometimes...
We just hear this episode, not hear about how you're not going to not do that thing the next time.
Hey, here's a bunch of ideas we'll never follow through with.
We probably have listeners who do that. Like, should I fast forward?
Oh, they're brainstorming shit we'll never hear? Cool.
Although, the brainstorming, if they never hear in the end as a final result... then the brainstorming is the final result.
Is the product, yeah. That's exactly
Sometimes explaining how to make the sausage is making the sausage.
No, it's not.
It got very meta.
Yeah. Oh, I just can't go and order the essence of sausage. Excuse me, can I have the concept of sausage on a sub roll, please? Yeah, sure, absolutely. We'll go ahead and think about the sausage, and you'll just think about how it's made, and then we'll call it day. And we'll put some onions and peppers on that. Fictional, of course.
Little fennel, just fennel and bread.
Everything else is fictional, conceptualized. All right, yeah. So we've got some lost in thought coming, but what we are going to do is we're gonna repeat a
new segment.
New segment, and I even have a sting for this, Scott. We're going to pause for that.
It's the Ig Nobel Prize, a ceremony for weird stuff.
Huh? How about that?
I'm waiting to listen to this episode back, and there's just that pause.
Or be going, Ig Nobel Prize. Yeah. Some bad thing like that. Anyway, we're going to talk about the Ig Nobel Prize awards or Ig Nobel
Do we need
awards.
to do the Stan Lee on this and every episode explain what an Ig Nobel is just for the layman if it's their first episode? Or does your sting explain it?
It doesn't.
Then we should probably explain it.
Yeah. So real quick, and I'll probably jot this down for the next time so I can just really... more briefly do it versus me verbosely, trying to accentuate what it actually entails.
Ig Nobel, not a Nobel Prize, but close.
Yeah.
It's for somebody's dumb idea that actually enhances the scientific community.
Yes.
Ig Nobel, it's for everyone with a dumb idea.
Perfect. I love it. I love it better than my sting, which is definitely me just saying Ig Nobel.
Ig Nobel, it's a thing we do. Ig Nobel, it's a thing you do. It's a thing we do. Thing we do. Ig Nobel.
Thing we do. Do-do-do-do.
And now we got a little Ig Nobel. Ig Nobel. Ig Nobel.
You know what? I like that one better than mine. So maybe I don't have a sting. Anyway, the
I was right. There is going to be a pregnant pause there. Now I really want there just to be that pause.
Yeah. Anyway,
Ig
so
Nobel.
my Ig Nobel Prize is from 2004 this year, or this time. And it is from the medicine category from that year. It was presented jointly to Stephen Stack of Wayne State University, Detroit, Michigan, and James Gundlach of Auburn University, Auburn, Alabama, for their published report, The Effect of Country Music on Suicide. Now, I got the abstract. You can actually find the real full 6-page study or finding.
So I haven't read this. Can I take a guess? Country music increases the rate of suicide.
That's
my guess without reading
in certain populations, yes.
Okay.
They show, yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to read you just the abstract from the full 6-page
what
finding.
population? The goth kids?
So actually, they
We're
have
just gonna lock you in a room with no vape and a Randy Travis for 2 hours. Yeah, he figured out how to make his own vape. First of all,
yeah, and also
mostly out of bone and flesh.
Yeah. Stabbed himself.
He was more vape than man. That's why he died.
Yeah, vaped himself to death. Didn't know that was possible. But, we're going to go and cover that one up because the vape industry does not like hearing that nobody can vape themselves to death. So the article assesses the link between country music and metropolitan suicide rates.
So cities.
Yes, so country music is hypothesized to nurture a suicidal mood through its concerns with problems common in the suicidal population. So it's taking people who are already suicidal and essentially engaging their thoughts on suicide.
I got friends in low places where the whiskey flows in the old.
Oh, it's fucking shotgun tastes good. That shotgun tastes real good.
There's a tear in my beer, and I'm crying for you, dear.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, there's
such as marital discord, alcohol abuse, alienation from work. The results of multiple regression analysis of 49 metropolitan areas show that the greater the airtime devoted to country music, the greater the white suicide rate. Because, it's country music. For the most
it's
part,
for white people, yeah.
The effect is independent of divorce, Southerners, southernness, which tried to correct it and be like,
locality adjacent to the equator.
Yes, southernness, poverty, and gun availability. So it's actually independent of
Oh
that.
yeah, look at this. Southern people who have tons of guns, who listen to country music but live in cities, right?
But they're saying it's actually independent of that. So like,
Okay,
they're
okay.
like, yeah. So the existence of a country music subculture is thought to reinforce the link between country music and suicide. Their model explains 51% of the variance in urban white suicide rates. So that is their study. I didn't read the entire study. It is only 6 pages, so I might actually read a little bit more. It gives a little more. This is the abstract, which is like
and people
common
go
people's
find this
thought.
on their own.
Yeah, and also the Ig Nobel Prize was from 2004, but the study was 1992. So they were given sort of like somebody gets a Nobel Prize. Einstein was like 40 years after he was like, I know this thing, because I know Einstein, and like he was like, oh, this thing, and they were like, yeah, here's a Nobel Prize, So like sometimes it takes a while because it needs like a test of time and all that kind of stuff, and peer reviewed, all blah blah blah. So the actual studies from 1992, if you look honestly, if you just in quotes type in the effect of country music on suicide, it comes right up.
You can't break my heart, my achy breaky heart, because I committed suicide today.
But you can break my head, my achy stupid head, with a little bit of gunshot spray. Yeah. Oh, suicide, you funny little devil, you.
There's a Cobain in my beer.
Everybody's got a little Cobain in them.
Especially with a shotgun.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it was actually 92. I guess it was 2 years before Cobain died when this was studied. But yeah, I'm sure Cobain probably agreed. Cobain. Anyway, so that
we're also finding startling results between heroin use and musicians.
Yeah, well, it turns out heroin is fun, and musicians are fucking crazy, and they want to have fun. And it turns out
this fall from Capitol Records, heroin.
Oh yeah, now that's what I call heroin. Just like it starts off like the count is somebody tapping their fucking vein 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's what I call heroin. Oh, somebody just dry heaving and having the time of their life. Yeah. Yes. Oh, the nods.
The odds.
Yeah. All right, so that's it. That's it for the Ig Nobel Prize, and we're gonna just move straight on into web droppings, which we still don't have. We haven't brought the sting back for that yet, so fuck it.
Web droppings.
Yeah.
Web droppings.
I already forgot the song that we.
That's all I got without any kind of
Why don't you web?
Droppings.
Droppings.
Why don't you web?
Droppings now. Perfect. Okay. Well, maybe
we don't need stings.
Maybe out of 400, we'll.
Well, I mean, we do, but we don't need them
back
recorded.
Yeah. No. Yeah, exactly. We can do stings on the fly. And feels of gold. That's Sting, right? Fuck it. Yeah.
Kissed by a web dropping on the face. Ooh, I
Seal?
can't web drop my face to a face.
That's Seal.
Yeah, that's Seal.
I was trying to say Sting. It's like
I'm just doing Seal.
Before, where you just like, I like Seal.
Yeah, I like Seal. I like Seal.
I was trying to tie it together.
No, I just ran right over you.
Fuck it. I like Seal.
Yeah.
I know you like Seal. We've talked about how much you love that song
on
this podcast a lot of times. And I love that song too.
I duetted it with my wife in San Jose, Little Japantown.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And we were terrible, and it was amazing. We were terrible. I can't hit the high notes. I can't sing.
Well, yeah, I mean, and Seal can.
I know the
Seal
word.
can
I know
really
the word.
fucking sing. Like, you chose a tough song.
Oh, it is a hard song to sing.
Dude, like choose like Pearl Jam Jeremy or something like that, where you're just gonna go grow, and they're like, we're good. Nothing against. I love that song, but like
no, it's a wicked hard song to sing.
Yeah, but do not choose somebody who really a soul singer.
I also duetted with our friend Dan, Bohemian Rhapsody at our local dive bar once. Also, really hard song to sing.
Don't do it. Yeah,
I usually only go for karaoke to do the worst songs for singing them because I can't sing. So if I get them,
so you feel like give yourself an excuse to be bad, right?
Oh yeah, no, I can't sing.
People are like, oh, it's a jest. It's great. Yeah, because nobody's really gonna just nail that. If somebody nails that, they should not be up on karaoke. They should be really fucking having a musical.
I want to do Bohemian Rhapsody come up and just start with Mamma Mia, just do that the whole time.
Oh fuck! Like you keep I'm missing it and Mama. Oh fuck! Yeah. Hold on. Shit.
I just hit a stand. So
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. So my go-tos, because people asked, are ones that I can hit, which are just relatively simple, super milquetoast, fucking Third Eye Blind, got some Goo Goo Dolls, like just Whitey McWhite.
I could do Vanilla Ice. His
his N-word album.
No. Yeah, the one where he went hardcore. He had the song Prozac. I literally still to this day found out last night I know all the words to Prozac by Vanilla Ice.
Now, does any karaoke place have that? No. Even the ones nowadays that have access to every single song ever.
As I drop this bomb. I'm going off like another Vietnam.
Oh, Scott, buddy.
Back up. Give me room.
Oh, no, I'm not going to. We're just gonna go ahead and move on. So you've got the first story. You've got all the stories here.
My wife was laughing her ass off last night. I played that video. I'm like, have you ever seen this? She's like, no. And I literally sang it with it. I'm like, she's like, ooh. Oh. And I'm like, you want to know worse? I saw this album's live performance with him with Vanilla Ice. Like I went to his show where he did the hardcore thing.
Yeah. Where he was just iced right at that point or whatever it was.
And it was up in Burlington, Vermont. He fire hosed the audience.
Was it Memorial Auditorium?
Yeah, they brought out the fire hoses and they hosed the audience while they were moshing, and I fell pretty hard.
Yeah, and you were like,
my friend I went with broke his nose.
And you're like, this song will never grow old.
Well, it was still hardcore. Like the opening bands were death metal bands from New York City.
Yeah,
so it started really good, and then it got watered down as it went. No pun intended.
Literally, yeah, okay.
You're like, no one's gonna pay attention to these lyrics. Let's just host the audience. All right. So, for the top of the web droppings, I brought some weird Super Bowl bets, and I originally wanted to do this as a quiz for you.
Okay.
And I decided against it because all the AIs I was using to crowdsource this information, if you will, were very stuck on a few articles that had like top 10s and the same top 10s. Like I swear every single media outlet doing sports bets articles about the Super Bowl are pulling from the same exact single source. They're not actually doing what I should have done, which is go to a betting site and do deep digging and find the weird shit.
Yeah.
But luckily I sourced enough. I fought with some AIs. I finally got a list of, I don't even know, it's probably 8.
You fighting with AIs while like shitty Vanilla Ice is playing in the background. Yep. Honey, are you okay?
We finally hit peak 2024.
Scott's just fighting with AI while fucking shitty.
I'm listening to the hardcore version of Ice Ice Baby on my stereo speakers.
Yeah.
While being like, fuck you cuck, to an AI.
which you had to torrent because you can't even find it on Spotify.
No, it was all on YouTube. It was fine. It was fine.
That's all right. All right. So anyway, we've got some crazy Super Bowl bets.
Yeah, this year is a special year because, well, we covered it on a previous show. Kelsey and Swift are part of this, so that's part of the betting, of course. It comes up in these. Don't be surprised, and don't think we're simping for these people. It's part of the story.
It's obviously going like anybody is going to bet on anything because there's money to be made.
Yeah.
And Taylor Swift is a huge part of the Super Bowl this year. Like it or not, it's fucking happening.
Can't wait till she says Biden's going to be president. Not endorse him. That he's going to be president. Oh. And then the gates of hell open up around her.
I love it. She said, Baphomet today is making Biden president yesterday. And they just suddenly...
She blows horns.
Yeah, and then suddenly, and Sleepy Joe, taking a nap, rises up on his bed right behind her with the flames of hell behind them and says, now I'm also the vice president, she says. And then she murders Kamala Harris.
Then she turns blue like that guy in Watchmen. And
oh, yeah, she's like, blue's Democrat. See?
Yeah, yep.
Get it?
And, yep. Turns Kamala into a donkey.
Yep. She's like, yeah, see? She's got to do even better now. Whoa! Throw some shade.
All right. First weird bet. Taylor Swift's appearances. How many times will the pop star be shown on TV as she supports her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, from the Chiefs? So how many times does the camera cut to her?
So, and one of the things, two things about this.
That would be a fun one to bet on because that's about as random as you're going to get.
So I'm going to my buddy's place to watch this, and he was talking about doing a drinking game for it.
Every time you see,
But I will also note that somebody did point out recently on social media that like one of the games, like the game before when they actually made it to the Super Bowl, they timed it, and she appeared on camera less than 25 seconds. And they were like
total.
Yeah, total. They're like how many
cuts? Because this is so cuts.
This is so overblown. If somebody who's just there to support, she's not asking for fucking cuts. Of course, as a part of the psyop, I'm sure that she is. That everybody's like, oh, she is asking for them to cut to her, but it's like.
No, she's a famous person. The camera guy's going to get fired if he does it once in a while.
It was like it was $35 million or $350 million that she has added to the Chiefs' bottom line because to
their roster.
No, but they're the money they're making because they're now there's these shirts and stuff that say I support Taylor Swift's boyfriend and all this kind of shit that is driving fucking NFL big MAGA NFL people crazy. But it's guess what? They're selling fucking merch. You are a part of the fucking product. They don't care about you as people.
Some dude with a "Make America Great" hat.
Yeah.
They can't believe they're selling merch.
Yeah. Like a fucking Donald Trump riding a dinosaur with Jesus full print
with
shirt.
a flag cape.
Yeah.
Replacing the stars.
How dare they?
They replaces the stars and stripes with a swastika.
Yeah. 50 swastikas.
50 swastikas. Man, we got to get on this.
Honestly,
someone's gonna make it.
Somebody's gonna make it. We might
as well make some money.
And we're gonna make the money, and we're gonna go ahead and then I'm gonna keep it.
Instantly, someone did you really make the swastika flag? Well, someone was going to.
Somebody's going to.
And I donated every penny to the Biden campaign.
Yeah, to forced abortions. Yeah.
Forced abortion.
Yeah, we that's the way we are. We are pro-abortion. We just want to make sure that we just go and we just fucking kick babies out of cunts.
She's pregnant. Hold her down.
Keep her.
Hold her down.
Yeah, get the vacuum.
All I have is a Roomba. It just keeps bumping against her. And then trying to turn around. And they have to kick it to make it go back.
It ain't working. It's fucking modern technology. Bullshit.
It's a Roomba hitting her cunt and turning around and leaving.
Yeah. This is what happens when you have legal abortions.
20 years from now, 2020, the TV show. Yeah, there's this one time I was raped by a Roomba. Well, two MAGAs held me down.
Yeah, they were just trying to get the baby out, but
didn't understand vacuums.
Yeah, well, you bring the vacuum? Yeah, I got my Roomba right here.
We geofenced her and it still wouldn't.
Damn MAGAs, no geofencing these days.
We geofenced the pregnant woman and it just kept bumping against her.
Yeah. Oh, God. Anybody know how to reset this thing factory settings? God damn it. This thing
fucking liberal piece of shit.
Yeah.
And they shoot it 9 times. It came at me. They shoot it 9 times, put the gun next to it to make it, and a little cocaine.
Yeah. Stood my ground. It was spray painted brown. All right, here we go. All right, so we got the first one out of the way.
Well, there's some good content out of this.
Yeah, we got the first one, right?
Second one, Taylor Swift again. Taylor Swift's endorsement. Will she go to the White House with the Chiefs if they win and endorse President Biden for president again?
I'm sure Biden would love it if that happened.
I like how I looked away from the word re-election and it just left my brain. Endorse him for president again.
Again presidents. Incumbents. Yeah, again ones.
Yeah. Actually, I think that one's ridiculous because I would think the bet would be more that she is given a moment to talk. Usually they win a game. What are you going to do now? I'm going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
One of those moments. What are you doing now? We're just going to make sure that America votes for Biden so we don't lose our country. Like the 49ers lost this game.
Yeah.
And then she throws the mic randomly in the crowd. Then a MAGA picks it up. It's like, I can't speak.
And then she has all the 49ers killed immediately. Because she has that power. Apparently,
North Korea. North Korea style, they line them up on the 50-yard line.
Well,
execute them.
Yeah. Well, we got Baphomet coming back up out of the ground. He was a false flag the first time, but turns out that he's coming up for real this time. All right, we got two Baphomets on the field. Yellow flag.
All right, third one. This one threw me. Alien invasion.
I love it.
Will Vegas be invaded by aliens and the game be ended in a tie? I don't know why the word tie comes up.
I guess because the only way an NFL game could ever end in a tie is if something like that happens.
If the game just ends abruptly. Yeah. So if there was an earthquake and the game just ends because there's an earthquake.
Even then, I feel like they'd be like, it's delayed.
They don't keep the scores.
I just feel like it would be delayed. Be like, well, we're just going to pick this up.
That actually should have been something I should have looked into. I'm actually mildly curious. What would happen if the ground opened up because of an earthquake and they're just like, well, we just can't play.
I feel like it would just be delayed, like a suspended, delayed game, like when
play around it,
like a rain delay and stuff like that. What happened? And a lot of times they're like, all right, if this goes on long enough,
they keep the score, move venues to a field that isn't destroyed.
So I don't know the deal for football. How far into the game it has to be for it to be considered a complete game, or if you need to complete the game in baseball.
If aliens invaded and it destroyed the Super Bowl, I don't think we're caring about the final score of the Super Bowl.
You don't know NFL fans. You don't know NFL fans. They're like, all right, fucking chim chum, fucking.
They're being whipped in shackles by their alien overlords. What was the final score?
Clipboard, can you please just let me know what the final score is? Meow, King Kong, Kling Kong. I don't speak your jibber jabber. All right.
They're taking our jobs.
Yep.
All right, next one. National anthem length.
This is a good one, I actually like.
Yeah. How long will it take Reba McEntire to sing the national anthem before the game? There are different people who've calculated lengths of, how long the national anthem goes. But you also have to take into account the style of music. Like Reba McEntire's country.
I would say she's you weight the country. I would say, if I were to create a model, you would weight the country heavier and see how long
country's going to be longer.
But also, just in general, you want the average, and then you want to weight it a little bit different.
Southerners are slower. They talk slower. They drawl.
Yeah, they don't have as many brain cells. I'm just kidding, Southerners.
No, I'm on track with all that. I'm fine. No, I don't care.
Yeah, most of you Southerners are actually great.
The reason you have so few brain cells, we love you. That's why you're listening to our show.
Yeah, you're so...
We love you.
I love your drawl is because you don't quite know how to...
No, it's not to say Southern people are dumb or anything. It's just there's a more laid back kind of atmosphere about it. Like they have a calmer lifestyle. They're not so hustle bustle.
Yeah.
And when they talk and when they sing, it is a little more
there's the Southern. It's called the Southern drawl for a reason.
A little more drawn out.
It was what we did.
So Reba McEntire might go a full minute longer than say Britney Spears.
But we've had country singers do it before. So could we see does that actually play against it? I feel like you could create a model that predicts it relatively well.
I wonder if AI is.
Which, by the way, Las Vegas has already done this, and they've calculated it out. They crunched it just enough so that everybody that does that will be outside of it. They will. The house will win. So
also, there's a bet. I didn't put it on the list. It's dumb, but it's what color hat she's going to wear. Like, who the fuck cares? Yeah. They bet on everything.
Yeah.
Drake curse. Which team will Drake support and curse by wearing their jersey?
Oh, so apparently there's Drake. I didn't know this was a thing.
When Drake puts on a jersey for Team Esports, they lose.
They've lost every time so far?
Yeah, pretty much. Right. So it's like the McMadden thing? Madden football? Whichever player is on the Madden 2024, 23 video game case.
Oh, on the cover?
Yeah. Their team loses.
No shit. I didn't realize that.
If you end up being on the cover of a Madden, NFL, PlayStation, or Xbox game, your team is now done.
Which I will say, a lot of that is. I mean, I totally get.
It's the Madden video game curse.
And I know probably the mathematics behind it, especially with the NFL being not like baseball, where the way that they try to try to even things out. It's way more of a socialist, a communist kind of regime in the NFL. The way that they let people get as far as salary caps, and also making sure that people get better. Like, if you really suck, you can get better players and all that kind of stuff the next year. So my guess is people who show up on a Madden case probably did really well the year before.
Yeah.
And then they show up, and if you do really well the year before, you're actually less likely to do well the next year, because you're actually not, you're then put at an intentional disadvantage. Again, socialism across the board, NFL socialism.
I want to say their teams lose the next year, but it might be just they get injured or they lose. I don't know.
You mean like the person on it just dies?
Yes, if you're in a Madden case, you
die.
No!
It's like a fucking ring. It's like the ring.
You don't even sign up for it and be suddenly you're on the case.
You're just every single player in the NFL is just sweating balls. Like oh my fucking God.
No one's ever been photographed for it. You just there's a blank case and you appear on it.
And you're in misery. Clearly, the moment of your death is captured, and they're just fucking ship it. It's we gotta sell our Madden units.
Look, it's Travis Kelce on dialysis.
Oh shit! I saw the moment of my death. All right.
Yeah, if Travis Kelce is on the next Madden, that would mean the Chiefs or he would do poorly next year. I forget which it is. I don't follow sports
honestly,
enough.
I don't care.
I follow video games enough to know that that's a curse.
I love our version of it, which is now it's the ring.
Yeah, you just they ship all the NFL players blank cases, and they all sit there at night sweating bullets, looking at it
on release day,
midnight or something. It fades in,
and it's just you getting hit by a car. You're like, oh no, fuck me.
You don't leave your house, and then they end up Fast and Furiousing you, where a car jumps from another skyscraper window into your skyscraper window.
It's Madden Final Destination edition.
Also, Fast and Furious.
Yeah. We love our Fast and Furious movies, man. Continental Drift for the.
I want that Final Destination Madden edition.
Yeah, dude, I love it. It's like, oh fuck! I saw how I died.
I hate to say it.
I'm trying to run away from death, but I can't make it work.
What did I say? Final Destination.
Yeah, Madden edition.
Madden
or Madden
edition.
Final Destination edition.
It does. Yeah. I wrote Maiden edition.
Yeah.
Can we remember?
We'll remember it enough. Yeah,
Madden.
So, which is great. We've actually had a couple of themes the last 2 episodes. Last week was
Fast and Furious keeps
Continental
coming up.
Drift, and now we've got. Final Destination Madden or Madden Final Destination, whatever. We'll workshop the rest of it. We'll make the sound.
I just want that to be a short and to get like real NFL players in it.
Oh yeah,
dude, come on, guys,
yeah.
come on. Like we need like 6 of you.
Just like,
and then we just get a blank
honestly,
Madden case. You Photoshop and print out and stick in a DVD case.
What you need to do is have it when when team wins the Super Bowl or the fucking. Championship for basketball or the World Series or whatever, they go on like talk shows sometimes and they'll do little skits with them or like on SNL where they'll get 3 or 4 of them. You can be like, okay, we'll go to your fucking spot and we'll shoot this skit for you with like just 4 of you. It's great. And and just that's it. And be like, oh no, we fucking like they just don't want to like some of them just don't want to win. They're like, oh, one of us is fucking marked. And there's like 40 of them. They're like, one of us is marked. It's not going to be part of the...
It's got to be top players of the year.
It's not going to be part of the defensive line. It's going to be one of the top players. It's going to be a tight end, a running back, a quarterback. It's going to be the wide receiver. One of those big guys that people actually fucking make fantasy points on. The only reason I know any of those positions is playing fantasy sports. Anyway, so moving on. Great curse. Done.
Gatorade color. What will the color of the Gatorade be poured on the winning coach? That's not actually new. It's every year, but I thought it was weird because I just learned it. So, marriage proposal. This I thought was going to be a Taylor Swift specific one.
I think it probably is, but they're like, oh, there's probably multiple people, maybe like seeing people, but like,
people were like, there's really no way they're going to do a marriage proposal. It needs to be planned. I'm like, what bigger plan is there than the Super Bowl?
It's the biggest World Series. Like 40 million people are going to be watching it worldwide. It's crazy.
And actually, the odds are they won't. Them too. Yeah. But I'm thinking like that's a good bet to take because they might.
And they've also been they've been seeing each other for just a very little bit of time, but it also
but she's religious, and so is he. They're liberals, but they're religious liberals. Yeah. They're Christians. Yeah. They get married like that. They can't fuck before they're married.
No.
Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift have never fucked.
Like, dude.
To be fair, they've never fucked.
They've been fucking.
No, they've never fucked. They're Christians.
Yeah. I grew up Christian. I couldn't wait.
They're Christians.
Yeah.
They've never fucked.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know what Christianity's about. They say you hold it in till marriage and you let it all out.
Yeah. Travis Kelce. Tight end.
He's gonna Spider-Man her to the ceiling if she's on top.
He's gonna just ropes and ropes.
35 years of holding that in. She's gonna be spiderweb to the ceiling.
She's dead.
She's dead.
She died on her honeymoon the way she wanted to go out. Yeah.
She had reverse anal.
Yeah.
Fucking shot right through her uterus out her asshole. Dick didn't actually go in her ass, but the cum did, so we're calling it anal.
Yeah, that's right.
She's also dead. National tragedy.
Yeah, right. She was a national treasure until she got
she's rich enough to she's rich enough to come back? Oh, she has spider legs now. She's a robot spider from the legs down.
Fuck it. Taylor Swift, psy-up, bing bong boom, 2024, fuck you.
She just crawls around the stage during her concerts with her spider legs, makes a web, fucking pumps
people.
out some babies, eats a guest.
Oh yeah, like 1,000 babies a show. People like, I got one!
I got a baby Taylor.
I got a baby Tay-Tay.
Tay-Tay?
Yeah, fucking Tay.
Ow, it's biting me. It's biting me. Oh, they eat their moms.
Classic Tay-Tay. All right, so we got a couple more here.
One more. Scoregami. This was something I didn't know, and I figured I'd bring up to the show because we make you smarter.
Oh, I see. Will
the game end with a score that has never happened before in NFL history? Okay. So a scoregami is a ending score that literally no combinations ever happen.
And you don't have to pick the score. You just say like this just has never happened. That seems like every year it's got to get less and less likely.
Yep.
Or every year that there's a new. Oh, actually, every year there's a new one. It means you would have won. Okay.
The pool of numbers you can pick from shrinks every year.
Yeah, but only if somebody won the year before.
Well, it's in history of the NFL, so
exactly. But what I'm saying, like the only way it would shrink is if the next year a new one got taken.
Oh
out
yeah,
of
a
existence.
scoregami would have to happen.
So for it
the
to then
pool to
shrink the next one, which would then
so for a
mean,
numbers nerd,
right now you've got the best chance in history ever. Then
a bigger pool of numbers.
Than you will ever again. You either will have the same number
Really?
or no, because you can't get lower because you can only either be the same or have scores taken off the table.
So if there's only 10 combinations of scores that have never happened, you have a 1 in 10 chance.
Right.
So, but if one of those comes off the table, then next year you have a 1 in 9 chance. Isn't that better?
No. Like I would say,
I think that's better.
No. What I'm saying,
I'd rather have a 1 in 10 chance than a 1 in a million.
But what I'm saying is like, I guess actually you're right. There is a realm of possibility that we have to pay attention to.
Yeah, I'm just looking at not even thinking about numbers. Like if you were to throw darts, if you were to throw darts at a board,
right. There is a realm of possibility where like you actually technically there's only a reality. Nobody's going to score 4,652 points. So there probably is a max min, and you can probably figure out how many of those have been taken off the table. So you're right. Technically, every year that one gets taken off the board, you actually then
a real number gets taken off the board.
Yeah, a better reality of
I mean, there's not like 1,000 to 1,000. That's not on the board.
Exactly.
I think it probably goes into the triple digits.
No, not even close.
You don't think so? You don't think it goes to 100?
Nope. I don't think anybody's scored 100 points in the Super Bowl ever.
But the first time they do, if you pick it.
But it doesn't matter. But like if you score,
so
I'm curious.
So
I think you're right. We're like now.
I think if you're just doing double digit numbers and they don't allow triples, every time a I almost said score-mageddon.
Yeah, I like score-mageddon is way better. I love score-mageddon.
If a
score-mageddon is when it's 4,600 to 2,200.
If a score-gami happens, then new numbers are pulled out of the pool.
You're right.
Meaning the next year when you bet, your chances go up.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. I had it completely.
You
reversed.
were going with all numbers.
Yeah, but even then,
you're right with all numbers.
No, but even then, it would you're saying you're correct. You're taking numbers off the table, which means
right now
there's fewer numbers for you to pick from, which means you. But that being said, you're also fighting against other people who are going to choose the same number, so you want to split it. But you're still
use a round number like 100. Right now, there's 100 combinations of score-gami that have never happened. Cool.
I'm guessing it's more than that.
This year, there's a new score. They take those numbers off. Now, when you bet, you're not doing 1 in 100, you're doing 1 in 99.
I'm sure somebody's already done all the math because, like, the other thing about this is, remember, like, you can score 1 point, you can score 3 points, you can score 2 points, and you can score 6 points, and that's it. So somewhere in there have to be a factorization thing where you can figure out you can't actually score certain, like, points. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe between those,
you can score any. Sure,
honestly,
sure. A game that was scored 1-2, where the 2-1.
Yeah, but you know what?
Hasn't happened yet.
I bet you there is.
Could.
But I bet you there are.
Could you imagine a Super Bowl that ends up like a soccer game, 1-2?
Oh, actually, I don't think you can score 1 point on its own, though. You can score 1 point to add on to 6, but you can't score 1 point on its own.
How about a 2 to?
You can score 2 points
6.
because you can do a 2-point conversion. You can score 3 for a you can score 1 of I guess so.
Here. I'm not a sports head. Can you?
I'm not either, but I know how things are.
Can a football game end in a tie?
It cannot.
Okay.
As far as I know, I don't
so
know.
That also rules out.
It just
that
goes
also rules out all numbers
that
match.
Yes, that's true. Yes. Yeah.
So those combinations are gone.
Exactly. Take those out because unless I'm mistaken, and there is like so many that like I don't think there's a cap. You need to finish the game. So like, and they have like it's the same thing as baseball. You can go 200 fucking innings. You just somebody needs to win.
So there are impossible score numbers in the low digits.
Take those out
and impossible ties. Take the ties out, and then take out every score that's already happened over 50 Super Bowls.
And you have X amount.
I don't know how many Super Bowls are.
Somebody's definitely come up with this. I'm actually curious to like do a little research on this to find out what are the scores.
It'd be amazing if it's like a 1 in 12 at this point. But dude, I'll do it.
Yeah, but
1 in 12.
Again,
fuck it.
But if you're voting in Vegas, it means they're gonna fix the odds so that you're not likely to make more money than So like they're gonna fix the odds against you. Yeah. So it's gonna be you're not gonna get 12-1 or 1-12 whatever 12-1 on it. So you're gonna get 10-1 on it, which means they're still gonna make money because most people are gonna vote the wrong or bet the wrong way.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go 10-1. You've got 12-1. Yes, you got lucky. You got it, and you made awesome. You made bank, but they still made a shitload of money because they went 10-1 versus 12-1. There we go.
All right. Well, that brings us to our not Taylor Swift, not football, Ugh, just a normal story.
Yeah.
My God, I've been waiting for a normal story for so fucking long.
Right?
The problem is my story isn't loading.
Well, which one are you going to cover?
Oh, I'm doing the first one.
The diaper spa?
Yeah, I got it.
Because this is local too. This is, well, I mean, we're in Vermont, which is our sister state.
This was brought to my attention via TikTok. I actually found it on No News, not even on Reddit's News of the Weird or Not the Onion.
I have not stumbled. I stumbled across the next story.
This was a TikTok.
I have not come
TikTok
across.
pure story.
And I scour the fucking weird news multi-Reddit that I have, but this did not come across.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one's posted it to either Not the Onion or News of the Weird.
One of us probably should. I don't know. You're probably still not allowed.
I can't.
Yeah, I've got a really good standing.
Actually, I've got a second account that I could.
I've got a really good standing Reddit account. I do
too. I have my work
got
account. I haven't fucked up on that one.
And mine is actually mostly tied to the show. I could probably put that up.
My Reddit work account, I follow work protocol. You don't say things you wouldn't say at work.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah.
So I keep that account.
Representing
so
work,
I keep that.
You're definitely like.
Well, not representing work. I just use it for work.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Which means you have to think about it that way.
So this comes from Boston.com. This is a real story. It's also on Microsoft News.com, and it's I found it on TikTok. It's real. Okay. What's a diaper spa? And why is it raising eyebrows in New Hampshire, our sister state that we don't like?
Our upside down. I like most of New Hampshire.
I like that they don't have taxes, and I like jumping the border to take advantage of that.
I love that. But honestly, most of New Hampshire is great. You just have to steer. Like MAGA New Hampshire is a real thing, but it's not most of New Hampshire. Most of New Hampshire is actually pretty Vermont.
It's kind of boring. I'd rather be in Vermont.
Oh no, Vermont's way better.
Yeah,
and that's not. People from New Hampshire say Vermont's way better. Like it is, but like if you just got rid of, honestly, just give Manchester to fucking. And most of my family from New Hampshire is from Manchester, so I can say that. Just cut that off and give it. But I feel like that's like Boston's gutter or whatever. Like it's like they don't quite have a Boston accent, but they have a little bit of the fucking New England accent like in there. I'm like, God, just get rid of Manchester, and then suddenly New Hampshire's pretty fucking great. And they've got just as much MAGA as Vermont does. You know, they could be a little more liberal, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if you don't think Vermont has MAGA, go on Facebook.
Dude, just...
Oh, wait. Go on the WCAX Channel 3, our local CBS station.
Come out, hang up.
Go on the Facebook of that. Guess what? If you're a listener to the show and you live in Sao Paulo, go on Facebook and find the WCAX Facebook page for CBS in Vermont. Holy shit, is that a dumpster fire of Nazis and racists?
We have like Montpelier and Burlington are liberal, and like Middlesex and some of those places. Yeah. Everybody else is insanely conservative.
Yeah, we just got the numbers in the cities.
It's just the big numbers to make us elect a Bernie are out there. But like, dude, I fucking grew up, with a Republican family, all that kind of stuff. That's where I talk about like what I would call liberal privilege when people are just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, I came to my liberal values like the hard way by actually thinking about like I need to think this way because I wasn't raised with it.
I grew up in the country. I thought a little more right. I went to college, got jobs, lived life, and then got more liberal because I learned.
And luckily we were at least like raised to where we could have like critical thinking skills and not have those shut.
Thanks, Mom and Dad. You fucked up hard in that one. You gave us the ability to think.
Exactly. Yeah. Now I think different than you for the most part.
All right. So. New Hampshire. This comes out of Atkinson, New Hampshire.
Don't even know where that is.
No, I don't either. There is a it's called the Diaper Spa. It is a nursery-like business for adults who role play as children and wear diapers. According to their website, the Diaper Spa is open to quote all diaper-wearing individuals who seek acceptance, respite, and care.
Yep.
Photos of the spa's page show a space decorated with soft comforts of a nursery, complete with toys, folded diapers, and an adult-sized crib. Dr. Colleen Ann Murphy, the spa's owner, offers a range of services that include virtual playdates for $200 an hour, I'm guessing over Zoom, as well as a $1,500 all-day diaper, bed, and breakfast experience that promises rejuvenating pampering for the little one inside of you.
Okay.
Ew.
Yeah, I don't know about that. The little one inside of you should really only relate to people who are pregnant. That's it. The little one inside of you should be literally a baby and not the little one spiritually. Yeah.
The owner of the place says a lot of the services right now deal with telehealth and counseling, essentially.
Yeah.
It gets weirder.
I'm not gonna. Again, we don't yuck people's yum here, or whatever. Like,
no kink shaming.
There's not like if it's above board, it's fine. But it does make weird news for sure.
All right, so a little bit of overview here of what we're talking about. Adult baby diaper lovers. I can't believe I just said that sentence out loud.
First time said in history.
Yeah, this is my verbal unlock from my phone. Adult baby diaper lover.
Yeah. That's my safe
What
word.
did you just say? Well, do you want me to pay the check, Arby's? I gotta unlock my phone to use Apple Pay. Do you want me to pay or not, Arby's?
I would love the fact you say that and it unlocks 7 other people's phones. Like,
oh, we all got the same unlock code? Yeah.
Turns out a bunch
All right.
of trash fucking New Hampshire Arby's lovers. Yeah.
So the quote for this person, who act a voluntary regression to a previous age and or wear a diaper for psychological reasons. The author speculated that several physiological and psychological factors cause ABDL, adult baby diaper lover. I don't like that it's been broken down into an acronym. Nope, not a thing.
Nope.
If it's a thing, it gets an acronym. If it's just you being insane, nope.
Yeah, but I've got to say, like, good on the person who was like, you know what, I'll make it an acronym and it'll fucking normalize it. There we go. You know?
I'm scrolling down to the article. They draw comparisons between unhealthy coping mechanisms such as smoking, alcohol, and self-harm. She added, for these individuals, being part of this community brings comfort and solace, proving a haven from the stresses, traumas, and triggers that they face in their history or that they face daily. The article goes on to say, while sexuality plays a role in some, ABDL cases, research published by the Journal of Sexual Medicine in 2017 concluded that adult baby role-playing in particular is more likely to be an interpersonal non-sexual behavior, helping some individuals decrease attachment anxiety and negative mood states. I really hate that psychological journals are basically propping it up.
Yeah.
I can get that anything can reduce your stress. Anything can make you feel helpful or
if you like
comfortable,
it,
and anything can reduce trauma if it helps you. So in that
But it can be
sense,
so
in that
subjective,
narrow
though.
vision,
Yes. It can be one person who feels better about doing, like Jeffrey Dahmer fucking felt
eating
better
people.
killing people.
Yeah, he's like, this really reduces my stress.
You know what?
I feel really good eating Jim
right now. Yeah, this is great.
Jim wasn't just good as a carne taco. No, Jim really helped me realize that I had some trauma I hadn't worked through.
I took my blood pressure right after eating Jim.
Yeah,
and
we're
it
really
was down 20 points.
Yeah. So I call bullshit because there's other ways to meet these goals, if you will.
Yeah.
This is where it really comes into play and why I really want to bring this show. It isn't just that it's weird, because obviously diaper adults as kids is fucking weird. I don't want to kink shame.
Yeah.
It is weird. I'm sorry. It just is.
It is, yes.
The neighbors of this place have to live next to this place.
Yeah.
That is the key issue here, because the diaper spa's debut has stoked fear and concern among residents in Atkinson, a town of about 7,000 people near the Massachusetts border. Hence why we don't know about this place. They're very southern New Hampshire.
By the way, I'm going to give a few facts on Atkinson after we're done here. But yeah.
This place is in close proximity to a local park and has had run-ins with families. I'm sorry, I have to scroll through this for 1 second. I wish I could have bullet pointed this better, but I tried like 9 times, and it wouldn't.
Because
it wouldn't grab the nuance I wanted, so I knew I'd have to read through it. And I even read this morning too to be extra prepared.
Yeah.
It's one of those long-winded articles where you have to skip entire sections.
Yeah, and it's one of those where like even AI is going to be like, well, we just don't want to actually point to that stuff. So yeah.
Essentially, what has happened is that neighbors, have looked out back, and they have a very large free roam area in the back where they've allowed the adults in the diapers to roll around the grass, run around, jump around, do cartwheels. And the neighbors who have houses adjacent to this property can be like making their breakfast, flip a pancake, look out the window, and see an adult man in a diaper,
like
naked
a
beside
50-year-old
diaper,
dude.
being like, and that's where the kink becomes a problem. Like, I can kind of kink shame this, but at the same time, I will kink shame anything if you're forced to watch it.
So if in the backyard, if you're whipping somebody with a riding crop and you got a ball in their mouth, be like, you know what? Maybe bring that back inside.
Bring it inside.
Totally fine. Have a nursery inside. Have people hear gaga goo goo, but like there is something to be said about like, oh, just because it's so on one like the other side of the fence, now suddenly we're like we want to like
that's
display
essentially
it out and loud. Be like, in so many cases, you can't do that. But like even any PDA or anything like that, even as like quote unquote normal, people like trying to make out in public and stuff, is just like, oh, frowned upon and stuff like that. Like I think
PDA
we should
kind of frowned upon in public.
So I would say
unless it's like a
I would
sweet
say like the little
kiss.
kink stuff like that. Like you're right. You can do whatever you want, and you can.
Yeah, I keep changing this slightly because thinking you're a baby and getting off on that.
It is weird, but at the same time, if you're doing it, I don't want to be one of those people
do it inside.
Yeah, we're like people like, oh, that's what they said about homosexuality back in the days. It's like but we say that about homosexuals, aren't going to be fucking in public or anything like that. And I'm like, if this is really,
I don't want heterosexuals fucking in public.
No, me either. No, I don't want anybody fucking in public. There has to be some like semblance of decency where you're like, okay, if this is your kink, that's great. I love it. Have your fun, but maybe have your indoor nursery as opposed to the outdoor.
I would say as far as
if you're flipping pancakes, and it's not even like, oh, think of the children or anything like that. I'm just saying, yeah.
I mean, you can have a kid who looks out the window and goes, "Big baby."
Yeah. I want to go play with Big Baby. Yeah.
That's a TikTok that would get 2 million views.
Yeah.
You point your camera at the kid going, "Big Baby," and then you pan to the window and zoom
in. It's just like some beer-bellied fucking
with a huge beard.
Goo, like checking his stocks.
Goo. Oh, sell.
Yeah.
Goo.
Yeah. Hey, Jim. Yeah, a little tied up right now. What do you want? Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. But I want to get a little context on, because I do want to do one more story, because the next one's actually pretty good. But I'm going to give a little bit of context on Atkinson. One, it's on the Massachusetts border. But one of the things I was curious about is have you ever heard of America's Stonehenge, which is right down there?
No.
Apparently
the one that got destroyed.
Oh, that might be it. I don't know.
There was the one that got blown up by the far right terrorists 2 years ago.
No, this one still has a website today saying you can go visit.
Yeah, there was a American.
This is it.
It wasn't American Stonehenge. It was the we covered on this show. It was the stones that were put up that gave instructions for future societies with basic principles of how to make basic stuff like gunpowder, a few things.
Yeah.
And it was like this weird stones facing
monolith.
in.
Yeah.
Monolith
it was
structure.
kind of thing,
monoliths structure.
Yeah.
And someone pipe bombed it. Some far right extremists being like, "We don't need your learning." Jesus fucking Christ,
let Jesus take care of it.
Literally, fuck you.
Maybe people. He put these. No. So American Stonehenge is down in that area. Actually, looks really cool. I mean, it's tiny, just a bunch of stacked rocks, but it was potentially built by a Native American culture or migrant.
It might have just been some settler
or
kids.
migrant European population. No one knows for sure. A maze of man-made chambers, walls, and ceremonial meeting places. Apparently clocked at over 4,000 years old.
Huh. So not white people.
It's the oldest man-made construction in the United States, and it's right down in
Atkinson.
It's near Atkinson. It's not in Atkinson, but it's in the vicinity. So it's right down.
Interesting.
It's on the New Hampshire Massachusetts border.
I drive to Boston once in a while. I should make a little sojourn over there and see what it's like.
It looks kind of cool. They've got candlelit tours for the Valentine's Day. They got a spring equinox thing, open sunrise to sunset with a sunset drum circle. But fucking shoot me, I'm a drummer. I can't stand. April 8th, of course, total solar eclipse.
Drummers who have no talent, drum circle.
Oh yeah, dude. There's a reason. Yeah, I have one of my friends bought me a no drum circles pin, and I was oh, thank you so much. You know me. Real drummers don't do drum circles.
Yeah, it's a hippie thing for people who can barely keep rhythm.
Yeah, dude. Because guess what? Real drummers are just playing in bands, and they're playing in bands at the fucking festival.
Also, it's always a white thing when it's really a native.
White, yeah.
It's a native thing. Native cultures have those for religious.
Oh my god,
religious and cultural reasons.
Yeah, if you hear real Mickey Hart white guy who's great at making drum circles, the guy the drummer for the Grateful Dead. Who Planet Drum?
Let me guess. He has dreads,
and I don't think he does. No, he's just kind of that dude. Yeah,
I was gonna say stereotype. I'm going for here.
No, this guy,
drum circles appropriation, and they usually appropriate hard. They're I'm also gonna wear dreads. I'm gonna appropriate. I'm gonna appropriate 9 cultures at once as a white dude.
He certainly does, but he's also been given so much of a pass because he's one of the top ethnomusicologists. In fact, I believe he may have coined the term and brought ethnomusicology to the So he's brought a lot of appreciation and understanding, and I don't like the Grateful Dead, but I don't either. I totally got into Mickey Hart and Mickey Hart's Planet Drum because it was so he definitely white saviors a lot, but he's willing to admit it, be like, listen, the only way you white people are going to listen to this is if I bring all these black people over here and show you what this rhythm is and what this rhythm is. And then in between every song, we're going to explain what the rhythm is. And you guys, you fucking, white ass fucking wasps going to the Flynn are actually going to understand what these people, it's sort of like Paul Simon with Lady Smith Black Mambazo was, yes, I know I'm white savoring and bringing this fucking African black music over here, but the only way you people will appreciate it is if I white savior this and bring it up and prop it up. And it's not just me appropriating it. I'm just also maybe trying to like now here they are.
Yeah.
Now go see their shows.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yes, that makes more sense.
Yeah. So it's like it's appropriation to the point then when they can be like, now go see them, so you can give all the money to
I've
the black
definitely
people.
sat down in a white person drum circle before and hit a white person drum circle drum, but I was definitely also on drugs.
Everybody else was too. Yeah.
And if
it's a white person drum circle at a festival or something.
I know I did, and I know I didn't like it, and I know I didn't get it, and I walked off.
You literally just hit it once and goes, not for me. And just walked up.
This isn't drugs.
I thought this was a drug circle.
Drug circle.
I guess my vision's a little wobbly for some
I
reason.
thought we were doing a drug circle. I'm not getting off at all.
Hey, do I smoke this?
Yeah.
You're like
licking.
Licking a bongo, lighting a conga. Yeah. Like, oh yeah. Dude, it's fucking lighting up my conga. Anyway, so American Stonehenge looks pretty cool. I hope we have room for one more story because I think the next one's pretty cool.
I was gonna say Get Lost, but
okay, but
we can always carry these over because
let's carry these over because I do like the
I don't want to rush them. We got like 3 minutes.
Okay, so let's carry the next ones over.
And I'd rather end the show 3 minutes early than rush.
Yeah, and honestly, we like Diaper Spa was the carryover from last week. So
and I wish I hadn't flubbed that. I wish I had read it like I guess one more time and taken like just the right notes. I will remember in the future. Bullet points aren't good enough. These asshole-ishly long stories really need sentences pulled. It's
the reason why I don't do Blinded Me with Science very often because when it happens, I'm like, oh, I have to do homework. I've got to actually.
That story needed a breakdown essentially, and bullet points can't break it down because you need some of the quotes, you need some of the little nuts and bolts from it. And I fucked up, and I apologize to the listeners for an awkward segment.
And you know what? Next week, what we're going to do is we're going to come back at you with a whole animal-centric episode.
Yeah, sure.
We've got wolves, we've got bears, and we've got monkeys, and we
can probably find one more.
And we'll probably find some more. And you know what? I'll for my ignoble prize, I'm going to look for something animal-related.
Perfect.
And,
animal show.
So, empty promise, but probably pretty good. So, with that, get lost, folks.
Get lost.